What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So I got a YouTube series where I will eventually go through every zone in the World of Warcraft and show you guys what gold farming methods you have at your disposal in each of the zones. And every single zone obviously has mobs to skin, mobs to herb, and, well, not mobs, but the veins to mine and herb. But we're only going to mention those if it is of any significance, like if that zone is known for it because it is the best zone in it. So we're covering everything else. And in today's episode, we have Feralas. So before we take a look at that, massive thank you for all the support on the 0 to 10 million gold guide. This is a digital guide, meaning that you can open it up on your computer, and it has all the best tactics and methods that I personally use in order to achieve hundreds of millions of gold. Even better is the fact that you get a lifetime of free updates. So whenever there's a new patch or even a brand new expansion, I update the exact same gold guide with the new best methods, and I send that version to your email completely for free. So you can find it linked down below in the description. Don't forget to use the discount code STUDENT for 50% off. And if you already have the gold guide, the VIP Discord is the place to be. Once you join in, you can view all my YouTube videos before they go public on YouTube, giving you a slight advantage, but you also get access to exclusive content in forms of gold tips, multiple spreadsheets for gold making, TSM groups and operations, and you can even get access to my investments for stuff such as player housing and also upcoming expansions. But that will be linked down below in the description. So Feralas is a zone that has a couple of farms worth doing. Before we kick off with the specific farms in Feralas, it is worth mentioning Dire Maul, which is the dungeon of the zone. I mean, I'm currently in the making of a standalone video of Dire Maul because there's so many different ways and techniques to farm Dire Maul, but it is a very good dungeon for gold farming. It really, really is. Now, we're going to start all the way up north because this is where you have all of the green whelps. And the green whelps, these guys right here, the noxious whelps, they have the chance at dropping you the battle pet's emerald whelpling. Emerald whelpling can be a very expensive battle pet. It usually is on most realms. Now, a pro tip on selling these battle pets is that you get one version of the battle pet dropping from the mob, and then you can learn the battle pet and recage it and sell it, right? So if you farm more than one of these, you want to sell one that isn't caged and one that is caged to increase your chance of getting sales, because there's a difference between the breeds of battle pets. So sometimes, I know it sounds stupid, but I've shown a lot of sales of it in the past, but it's possible to sell a non-caged emerald whelpling for 60,000 gold, while you can buy a recaged one for like 25,000 gold. But it is a very, very good battle pet to farm. It drops only off these noxious whelplings, which, by the way, can be skinned, and you can skin them for, as you can see in the bottom right corner, to get the green whelp scale, which is needed for a couple of specific crafts. So a lot of people are combining skinning with farming the battle pet. I personally don't really care that much about the steady gold from skinning them, so I tend to grab a couple of people from my community, and then we hyper spawn these whelps. But it is important to know, though, if you do it solo or in a group, you have to kill all of the whelps, not only on the west side, but also on the east side of this river. Because if you fly over here, you'll see that there's whelps on this side of the river as well. And they're all connected, so you need to kill these as well in order to get hyper spawns. If you don't, you're going to have to sit around and wait for spawns. Now, another thing that is marked in the bottom right corner is the Sprite Darter egg. Now, the Sprite Darter egg gives you the battle pet Sprite Darter hatchling. It is a much more expensive battle pet, and it doesn't drop specifically from these mobs. It's actually a zone drop, similar to the macaw parrot in STV or like the tiny crimson whelpling in wetlands. You have the azure whelpling in winter spring. So it's exactly like that. It doesn't matter which mob you're killing, but farming for this emerald whelpling, you kind of get two birds with one stone. But there is a couple of locations that we are farming to go specifically for the Sprite Darter egg, where you're killing way more mobs per hour. So if you go on your realm and you check out the price of a Sprite Darter hatchling, you might see that be at like 80,000 gold, 70,000 gold, usually way higher than the emerald whelpling, and you might just want to increase your odds of getting it compared to the emerald whelpling. Well, then you have a couple of potential farms at your disposal. And as I'm recording this video, there is currently like this bug with the loots going around in the open world. But this is a blue item, the battle pet, and also the emerald whelpling. So they're not going to be affected by the current bug. So you can farm for both of these items without worrying. But getting to this place right here, Gordoni Outpost, these Oogie Boogie mobs actually hyper spawn. So this is a very common way to farm gold, is just by hyper spawning and killing these Oogie Boogies. You can see there's a really good density of them. It's important to also kill the mobs inside of this cave in order to successfully get the mobs hyper spawning. And they drop transmog as well. A couple of specific sets that do decently, at least on like medium to high pop realms. On a lot of full pop realms with a lot of like diehard gold farmers, there might be too much supply, causing the prices to be relatively low. But it is a very good farming location. Another one is to kill these guys. This is my favorite location to get the Sprite Darter hatchling, because it doesn't matter where you're killing. If you're killing over here and somebody's killing the mobs like on the other side of this area, you're still going to be able to reach their kills, like be able to loot the mobs that they kill. And also these guys have a very nice density, so it doesn't involve as much moving as you got to do when you're killing the Oogie Boogies. So definitely a decent location. Also much easier to do this exact location when you're solo, due to the nice density of it. And they can also drop some decent transmog items. Now that will be located right here up on this hill by this cave marked on the map. Another item of interest that is worth mentioning is actually an item that comes from a vendor. So if you're playing Horde, or you don't have to main a Horde, just make a Horde tune, head over to this location right here at the camp, and he can sell you this item right here, the Solvin Short Bow. It is a limited item, meaning that you could end up going to the vendor and he doesn't have it for sale, but it is one of those unique appearance items, meaning that there's only one item in the game that looks exactly like this one. Might be just a slight color difference on it, but every collector needs to have this one. Now, there is a couple of other vendors in the game as well that sells this item, but while you're in the zone, it is worth looking out for it, see if the vendor has the item for sale. Now, that is pretty much the only gold farms in Feralas that I'm doing. Anything else that can be obtained in Feralas, I can obtain it more efficiently in a different zone. So that's pretty much it for Feralas, but I do have a lot of the other zones coming to the YouTube channel, so make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel if you want to see whenever those videos hits. And of course, don't forget to check out the 0 to 10 million gold guide alongside with the VIP Discord. But that's pretty much it for now, so thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye bye.